So I'll be solving question number 10 of exercise 8.1. So let us first read out the question. In triangle PQR, right angle at Q, that means Q will be 90 degree, PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter and PQ is equal to 5 centimeter. So determine the values of sin P, cos P and tan P. So first of all, let us write down the given information. So here the given informations are, the first given information is PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter. So PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeters. See, here I can do something. What I will do with this information is that, see, we have the combination of two sides, right? So let us first take the diagram. So first draw the diagram and then try to understand what this PR plus QR means. Okay, so here the name of the diagram should be according to the question, because they have mentioned the name of the triangle. The triangle is PQR, so Q should be 90 degree. It's clearly mentioned, so PQR. So what does PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter means? It means that, sorry, I'm making the same mistake. It should be, this should be R, right? Okay, so now what does PR plus QR means? PR plus QR is equal to 25 centimeter means if we add up this side, if we add up the information of this side PR and QR, it will be equal to 25 centimeter. So what I need to do with this information is that, since we have the combination of two sides, right, this PR plus QR is the combination of two sides, what I will do is that I will just make this information and convert it into information of just one side. I'll convert this into information of one side. That is, I will transfer this QR to right hand side. I'll transfer this QR to right hand side. So this QR will become, this QR has plus sign. So if we transfer to right hand side, it will become minus QR, right? See, what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to find out the value of one side, not the combination of two sides. See, the information was PR plus QR, that is the combination of two sides, but I brought this information to just one side, right? So it's not compulsory that you need to bring the information for PR. You can also keep the information for QR. So what I'm trying to say is that you can also keep QR, and then transfer PR, okay, and then transfer PR. So if you transfer this PR, it will be minus PR, right? So either you can keep PR and transfer QR, or keep QR and transfer PR. The point that we need to note out here is that we are converting this combination information, that is combined information, to just one information. Okay, so now whenever we get PR, I'll be using 25 centimeter minus QR. So what is the other information? This is the first information. The other information that we have is PQ is equal to 5 centimeter. So this one, this PQ is equal to 5 centimeter is a single information, though I can directly write down PQ 5 centimeter, but this PR and QR, we don't have the exact numerical value, right? We don't have the exact numerical value. That is, both these sides are missing. Now, how are we going to find both these sides? See, we need to first find out these sides, right, before moving to the main question. So I've been informing you that whenever in a right angle triangle, to find out the missing side, whenever we have two sides, then we use Pythagoras theorem, right? So I told you that whenever we have the information of two sides, we use Pythagoras theorem. But here you might question that we have only one side, right? We have the information of only one side. So how are we going to find these sides using Pythagoras theorem? See, that's why I did this modification in the information. That's why I have transferred this QR and made an information for PR. Now we can say that we have two information. Now I can say that we have two information, that is PR is equal to, as of now, PR is equal to 25 centimeter minus QR. Yes or no? So that's the reason I've convert this combined information to single information, so that we can have two information, and then use Pythagoras theorem, right? So now let us use Pythagoras theorem, because we have two information, PQ is equal to 5 centimeter and PR is equal to 25 centimeter minus QR. Even this is an information, right? So we can also consider this. So now we'll use Pythagoras theorem and then find out the missing side. So using Pythagoras theorem, so Pythagoras theorem states hypo square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. So what will be our hypotenuse? Our hypotenuse is the opposite opposite side of 90 degree. Here first of all I'll write down the name of the sides, okay, before directly plotting the values, because if I directly plot down the values it might be confusion for you. So first of all I'll write down the name of the side, okay. So hypotenuse out here is PR, right? Hypotenuse out here is PR. What about perpendicular? How are we going to select perpendicular? Nothing is mentioned. Till now we haven't introduced trigonometric ratio, so you can look perpendicular from this acute angle, okay. You can look perpendicular from this acute angle. So our perpendicular will be PQ, our perpendicular will be PQ, or you can directly write down 5 and our base will be QR. Our base will be QR, okay. So here PR, the value for PR is what? 25 minus QR, right? The value for PR is 25 minus QR. We took out this value from the given information, so I need to put square out here. And then PQ is 5. And what about QR? QR will be QR because we don't have the information of QR. We don't have the numerical information of QR. See here in this question, we need to write down the name of the sides, okay, because the information itself contains the name of the site, right? 25 minus QR. The information itself contains the name of the site. So please write down name of the site. Don't keep base as base, okay? Please write down it as QR. So here, how are we going to solve this 25 minus QR whole square? This 25 minus QR whole square, for this we need to apply which formula? We need to apply the formula A minus B whole square. So the formula is A square minus 2 into A into B plus B square, right? I hope you remember this formula. So this formula should be applied out here. So what is our A? Our A will be 25, our A will be 25, and our B will be QR, okay? So as part of formula, it is A square. So first the value of A is 25 and then square. So A square minus the next term is 2 into A into B. So 2 into A is 25 into B is QR, and the last term is B square. So B is QR whole square is equal to 5 into 5 will be equal to 25, and QR square will be just QR square, okay. Now if we multiply 25 two times, that is 25 into 25, you will get 625 minus 25 2s are 50 QR, and then we have QR square will be QR square, and this will be 25 plus QR square. Now in the left hand side, we don't have any like term, right? We don't have any like term. These 50 QR and QR square are not like term, okay. We cannot add up these two. This QR doesn't have power 2 and this QR have power 2, so these are not like terms. We cannot add up, and even we cannot add up this 65 with these numbers because 65 is simply a numerical value, but these values have QR, right? So these are all unlike terms. Similarly, if we look in the right hand side, both of these are unlike terms. That means we cannot do any operation, we cannot add up, we cannot subtract. So what we need to do is that now we need to bring all these QR together, and this numbered 625 and 25 together, because if we keep like this we cannot do any operations, right? We cannot add up, we cannot subtract. So what we need to do is that we need to bring like terms together, that is number with numbers and this QR with QR, okay. So I'll just keep this 50 QR and QR square in the same side. I'll be keeping this minus 50 QR and this QR square in the same side, and now I'll be bringing this QR square, the QR square in the right hand side, the QR square in the right hand side in the left hand side, so that all QR will be together, okay. So this QR square will be brought to left hand side, so this plus will become what? This plus will become minus. So minus QR square equal to 25. Now what about this 625? What about this 625? This 625 will be with, it should be with 25, right? It should be with 25 because both are numbers. So 625, if we transfer to right hand side, this 625 have what sign? It has plus sign, right? So this will become minus 625. So now if we solve these two, plus QR square and minus QR square, it will become what? 0. This will become 0 because if we subtract the same thing, it becomes 0. So we are left with minus 50 QR is equal to 25 minus 625 will be minus 600. Why minus? Because 625 is greater. Now you can cancel this minus and minus, you can cancel this minus and minus, and then you have what? 50 QR is equal to 600. Now how are we going to find out the value of QR? To find out the value of QR, we need to transfer this 50 to right hand side, right? So we need to transfer this 50 to right hand side. So QR will be equal to what? 600 divided by 50. Why divided? Because in between we have multiplication. 50 QR means 50 into QR, okay? So whenever we have multiplication between two numbers, And if we transfer one number to other side, then that multiplication will be converted to division. So this 0 0 cancel, and then we have 5 1s are 5, 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10. So QR we got how much? 12 centimeter. Now we got QR 12 centimeter. So now we can easily find out PR as well, right? Because PR is what? 25 centimeter minus QR. So if we plot the value of QR out here, then we will also get the value of PR, and then we will get the value of all the sides. Okay, so now let us find out PR. PR is what? PR is 25. See, out here we took PR as what? 25 centimeter minus QR, right? So it will be equal to what? 25 centimeter minus QR, we got 12 centimeter. So it will be equal to 13 centimeter. Now we got the information of all the sides. So now we can easily find out sine P, cos P, and tan P. So the main demand of the question was sine P, cos P, and tan P. So let us find out those values. Number one is sine P. So sine P. So what is the formula of sine? Formula for sine is perpendicular by hypo. So now how are we going to select this perpendicular? We need to select this perpendicular from P point of view, because here P is the acute angle, right? So as per acute angle P, we need to select this perpendicular. So if this is our acute angle, if this P is our acute angle, then our perpendicular is the opposite side, right? The opposite side is 12. So the opposite side is 12 by hypotenuse is the opposite of 90 degree. So the opposite of 90 degree is what? 25 minus QR, that is PR. So PR we got how much? PR we got 13, right? PR we got 13. So 13. So now hypotenuse is 13. If you're writing centimeter, please cancel it out and then write down only the numerical value, okay? Because in ratio we have only the numerical values. Now number 2 is cos P. Now we have cos P. The formula of cos is base by hypo. How are we going to select base? From P point of view, right? From P point of view. So from P point of view, our base is 5, and our hypotenuse, which is PR, we got 13. Now the last term is tan P. For tan we have formula is perpendicular by base. How are we going to select perpendicular? From P point of view, because our acute angle is P out here, right? So from P point of view, our perpendicular is 12, and our base is, from P point of view, our base is 5. So this is our answer. I hope you are clear with the solution. If you have any doubt, please mention the doubts in the comment section. Thank you.